Salute and welcome to the Stories and Cocktails podcast, where you will enjoy an entertaining short story from acclaimed humor columnist Rob Kreider. Story time is the family portion of the show. Then we move on from the stories to the cocktails. This is where the alcohol and the not safe for work portion of the show takes over, as Rob and his wife /editor /muse Sara Kreider partake in some adult beverages and provide you with a behind-the-scenes recap of what really inspired the original story. Put your feet up, relax, and enjoy yourself a round of stories and cocktails. Cheers.
This story's called Kreider Has Baggage by Rob Kreider. Hey, that's me. We have a game we play at our house called Where Is My? It can be a fun game if you think being frustrated is really fun. We usually play the game early in the morning, right before trying to get to work on time. This is how the game is played. My wife or I will go into our bedroom closet, stare at a large pile of clothes that we never wear, and ask, "Where is my white shirt?" Or, "Where are any of my pants?" The irony of standing in front of the closet and playing the Where Is My game is that the answer to the question is never in the closet. We don't keep our clothes in the closet. That would make far too much sense. We keep our clothes in our luggage. Now, that may seem like a sane thing to do if we were about to go on a European vacation, but we aren't planning to go to Europe. Too many people wearing black socks and shorts. Even though we don't have any trips planned, all of our luggage is crammed with laundry. The only actual planned trips are the daily excursions to our places of employment where no luggage is required because those places are in town where we live, where our closet is. And yet our clothes are not. Now, I shouldn't say that we don't keep our clothes in the closet because that is not exactly true. There are actually clothes inside the closet, and we do own them, but we don't wear them. Our closet is filled with old clothes, and shamefully, some new clothes that don't fit anymore. Those are clothes we don't use, clothes that are blocking us from putting away our current usable clothes that actually fit. My wife read somewhere that if you don't wear an item of clothing for an entire year, you should probably throw it away. That sounds like good advice. However, it seems like advice given by naturally skinny people who don't understand the plight of rebound dieters. We keep our old clothes that don't fit because our shapes keep changing. Since we refuse to throw any clothes away, our closet has a skinny side and a fat side. There are also variations of skinny fat clothes. There are pre-baby weight skinny clothes, which, let's be honest, haven't been worn in more than a decade. And there are also the "I'm not leaving the house like this" extreme fat clothes. That outfit consists of a pair of stretchy sweatpants and a double extra large t-shirt with paint spilled on it. We don't get rid of the skinny clothes because we are optimistic people who are keeping those clothes around for a skinnier, healthier day. But we are also realistic people, so we're keeping the larger clothes around because cheeseburgers just taste so damn good. Plus, you never know when you might need to paint a bedroom again. Currently, we're in our middleweight category, which means we are neither heart attack fat or leave your spouse skinny, which has kept us happily married for a long time. Since our closet is filled with clothing from extreme versions of our bodies, we don't have any room to put away our current usable clothes. This causes us to stack laundry in all sorts of odd places: the couch, the kitchen table, the mailbox. With a lack of space in which to put clean folded laundry, we are slowly losing the motivation to wash the dirty laundry. This is becoming a big mountain of laundry problems, and we seem to be at a stalemate of epic laundry proportions. We actually have a sign on our laundry room door that reads, "Laundry today or naked tomorrow." That sign is not a homey, cute little knickknack at our house. It's a warning. This closet situation has gone from bad to worse over the years, of multiple body sizes, resulting in more clothes for multiple trips to Old Navy after multiple visits to In-N-Out Burgers. So storage space at our house became minimal, and we got desperate. To keep us from leaving the folded laundry on the kitchen table forever, "Excuse me, pass the ketchup, please. It's right behind the stack of Dad's underwear," my wife, whom I love, came up with a Band-Aid situation for putting clean clothes in pieces of empty luggage. Then she stored, which means she hid, the luggage all around the house. It means we can never find anything to wear. But on a positive note, we are already packed for a vacation. Bags with clothes anywhere in the house makes the "Where is my" game even more challenging. I will admit that this new storage method does make opening any suitcase at our house sort of like Christmas morning. "Oh, my Lollapalooza concert t-shirt. I haven't seen this thing since you did that load of laundry in 2009. I thought this shirt was gone forever." We need an intervention. Someone needs to come to our house, gut our closet, and help us get organized. My son has suggested we invite the show Hoarders to come by and clean things out. I have refused that suggestion. I don't want to be on TV, wild-eyed and yelling, "No, don't throw that bag away. It has my work ties in it." And I wouldn't be lying. By the way, I opened the trunk of my car the other day and found a suitcase filled with the pants I was looking for.
Okay, folks, it's time to pop that top and let's get to those cocktails.
Hey, welcome to the Stories and Cocktails podcast, the drunken portion of the show. We are coming to you live on tape from Dallas, Texas, a place we had no intention of being today.
Yeah, true.
No, it's like, whoops, why are we here? Well, I'll tell you, we were in Pensacola, Florida, living our best life. Everything was good, toes in the beautiful white sand, drinking hurricanes. We had to fly home. It's supposed to be a quick little layover in Dallas. Unfortunately, due to weather, we were left behind. Now, this is the part where you start to do the math about your own death. You say to yourself, now, I don't want the pilot to fly in this crazy rainstorm and kill us all, but I don't want to lose my luggage and be stuck in Dallas on an unplanned trip. So then you say, like, what really are the odds? How much am I willing to risk my life to get to Fresno? Which is really another debate. Why would you want to fly to Fresno, right? That's where my dog is. So it's like, oh shit, do I really want to? So you start doing that, like, I'm willing to risk it.
Oh, I didn't think that way. I didn't think in like terms of life and death because I'm like, the insurance liability is way too much. American Airlines is not going to put a plane in the air unless they're 100% convinced it can go up and go back down safely. So I wasn't thinking like that. I was doing a different risk assessment, and that was, is our flight going to be canceled? Our flight was scheduled for 8:45. They don't tell you at 7, hey, that 8:45 flight is canceled.
Not going to happen.
Go ahead and make arrangements to stay overnight. No, at 8:45 they delayed it, and then they delayed it again. And each time they delayed it, I'm looking at the weather. I'm like, I don't see the weather clearing up. So if we can't fly now, I'm thinking we probably can't fly at 10:45. I'm thinking we probably can't fly at 11:45. But you and I just kept playing the odds. Like, no. It's delayed. It's not canceled. Let's just stay at this airport for another hour. Let's eat some more. And
the final answer was the 8:15 flight was delayed to 1:15 before it was finally canceled.
Yeah, at 1:15. Well, we got the notification at, I don't know, like 10:30 that it was going to be delayed till 11:45. This is where I've been kicking myself in the nuts since last night. At 10:30, again, risk assessment, I said, okay, we can still get flights out of here tomorrow. We only have to stay one night in Dallas. We can still get hotels by the airport. There's a Hampton Inn right by the airport. It'll be easy. But then we decided, let's roll the fucking dice. And at midnight, it had been pushed back to 1:15, finally canceled. Well, in that hour and a half, every other flight got canceled. Every hotel got booked. Every restaurant out of here tomorrow got booked. So now instead of looking at flying out 12 or 13 hours later, now we got about 36 hours in Dallas, 2 hotel nights, and no luggage.
Guess that explains why I'm drinking mimosas right now, and you're drinking mimosas as well, because ultimately we are stuck in Dallas. No luggage, no medication, no Invisalign, no fucking clothing, no toothpaste, nothing.
We don't have your blood pressure meds. We don't, and I know I keep saying deodorant. I'm like a broken record over here, but you know how I feel about deodorant.
You stank.
No, I don't stink because I use copious amounts of deodorant.
Yeah, but the thing is, you do stank. That's why you have so much deodorant. So right now you're worried about a lack of deodorant.
Yeah, no, we were in New Orleans, and every person in New Orleans, from our tour guide to, I don't know, the CEO of our hotel, is like, hey, Brad Pitt fucking stinks.
Yeah, that poor guy. Brad Pitt is such a great guy, but everyone really beats him up for his body odor.
Oh, yeah, no, they were like, yeah, he came in to help during Hurricane Katrina. I mean, it's been like, 18 years later, and they're still telling tourists about that. But it's like the story couldn't be told without, and that Brad Pitt. Boy, I wish he would use deodorant. He stinks. So anyways, I like my deodorant. Brad Pitt should probably call me up and I'll talk to him about deodorant. But we don't have any of that shit. And yet we have the podcast gear.
We do. Because this is like, if you've ever seen how they load planes, it's almost like they're making a mockumentary of how much they destroy luggage when they put them on planes. Like they lift them above their heads and slam them onto the conveyor belts. They kick them with their feet. They drop them on the plane. I'm like, fuck that. I'm never going to let them have access to the podcast studio. So I carry the podcast studio on.
So every time we fly, I say, hey, let's just do carry on so that in case this happens. And you're I don't know. Like we only get one carry-on bag each. And where's the podcast stuff going to go? So I have acquiesced and we put all of your meds in the checked bag. We put all of the deodorant in the checked bag. But we have fucking podcast gear. And I got a backpack full of red vines and your new book.
So good.
Yeah. And that's it. So even the Uber driver was like looking at my backpack and he's like, well, what's in your backpack? I'm like, red vines.
My husband's sleep apnea machine.
Yeah, no, I did. At least you let me put your CPAP machine in my bag. 5 years ago, I said, we're not going anywhere where we check your CPAP machine. We're always going to have that on us. You fight me every single time. And now I have to be the one who goes through TSA and I have to take your CPAP machine out because it's like electronics. And you just sort of let me. You look at the TSA agents and you're like, I know, she's 47 years old. She's got CPAP, probably because she's overweight. And, she fucking snores.
She's like goddamn gremlin over here. You got to take a whole medical equipment when she travels.
And then I started saying to you, I should probably start taking your meds too. And you're like, no, it's fine. And even yesterday, I was like, nah, if our baggage gets lost, it's okay because we'll be home. So we always thought it was like, we'll get home and the baggage will get lost. We didn't really consider the baggage will get home and we will be lost.
Yes, we are lost.
Without...
I have lost luggage before. It was a racing trip I was on, and I lost my luggage and my CPAP machine, but I carried my racing helmet on. So I didn't give a shit. So I'm just like, whatever. I can still get in a race car and race a car. I have my helmet. All the other stuff, fuck it. I'll wear dirty shorts, dirty underwear. I don't care.
You have your helmet. You're like, I can still race. I'm like, you're literally on 42 minutes of broken sleep because you can't sleep without your CPAP machine. But yeah, get in the race car with your helmet. That's super, super, super safe.
Full disclosure, I won that fucking race. It was a national tour in someone else's car. It was awesome. One of my best victories.
I don't think that we asked, but thank you.
I'm just saying, I always know what's important, and what's important to me is my fucking helmet and the podcast studio.
The luggage thing, it really cracked me up because at one point I went to a ticketing agent. I said to her, hey, and it was about 10. And at this point, the flight had been pushed back 3 hours or so. I said, what are the chances that this flight's actually going to get out of here tonight? And she goes, oh, I don't know. I couldn't say. Anything's possible. I said, okay, but you work here, you see flights come and go all the time. You have a better understanding of this than me. And she's just like, weather like this, no one understands it. So I said, if you were a betting woman, where would you lay your bets? And she said, oh, I would never bet on this. And I started to really look at this woman as the most skilled woman at not giving answers. Everything I lobbed at her, she's just like, I don't know. Then there's a plane right at the gate. So then I said, well, is that at least our plane? Like, is there at least a plane here for us if the weather clears up? And then she's like, oh, that plane? That one that you're looking at? Maybe. They might reroute it. But the one time that the reason I bring this up is she finally gave me a solid answer. He said, okay, so if we decide to cancel our flight and rebook it for later, how do we get our bags? And then she said, oh, you don't do that. Like, we don't get our bags? No, your bags go where you go. I'm like, oh, great. So our bags will come with us to a hotel. No. Your bags go where you were going to go, I guess is what I should have said. She's like, your bags are going to go to Fresno. I said, even if we don't? She's like, well, eventually you'll go to Fresno because that's where your bags will be. So she finally gave a definitive answer. I said, could I just request to get my bags? And she was like, oh, I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. So no bags.
I think the line that we saw going around the building were people saying, I want my bag. They're not going to get them.
Yeah. So our bags are probably already in Fresno and we won't be there until tomorrow.
It's true.
Yeah.
So then we had to debate, like, what are we going to do? What are the really basic things we need to survive besides alcohol? You're like freaking out. You're like, I got to go buy, underwear. I got to get socks. These shorts. I can't wear these dirty shorts on a plane. And where I'm like, well, this is where the advantage to me is being a disgusting person. Because you're like, I can't wear these dirty shorts I wore on a plane today on a dirty plane seat tomorrow. I'm like, well, I don't want you to know this, but I'm on day 6 of the same shorts I've been on in Pensacola, minimally. So the last thing I'm looking for is a new pair of shorts. Like, my shorts are fine. You know what I mean?
I thought we got past this when we bought you 4 pairs of the same pair of shorts. So that way you could continue to wear the same shorts like Pigpen. But unlike Pigpen, yours would be clean versions of the same pair of shorts.
No, I ordered 4 pairs of shorts for the illusion that I'm wearing clean shorts every day. And you never really know if I'm wearing clean shorts every day or if they're a different pair of the same short. That's the genius on my part.
I did stumble across this on our last day in Pensacola. And I figured, why make you feel shitty about yourself on the last day of vacation? But we were packing up to go on this flight, thinking that we were going to make it all the way to Fresno. And I see your cargo shorts. I'm like, wait a minute. He only has 1 pair of those. And I know he already wore them because I asked him to wear my sunglasses. And then I start looking and I see like another pair, like your black pair of shorts. And I'm like, I know he already wore these. So then I did. I had a moment where I'm like, this motherfucker, like, he is so disgusting. So I wanted to shame you, but I was like, fuck it. We got to get on an airplane. We're going home. I'll deal with this later. And just zipped up the suitcase. So I did kind of know, but I didn't know.
You've been married to me a long time. You fucking know.
Yeah, you're fucking disgusting.
So you were riled up. You were riled up about clean shorts. I'm like, dude, it's all good, man. Shorts are shorts. So you had a big adventure today. We went went to Walmart. You bought some Maybelline.
Because
You got some new underwear.
I felt like, I spent an hour in an airport and I feel like I need a shower. And yesterday we started, it was an early start travel day. And then we were in that airport for 5 or 6 hours. I had all that anxiety sweat about the delayed flight and just airports and travel and who's going to feed the dog at home. And so I just felt fucking filthy and disgusting. And I knew I didn't have deodorant. I didn't have toothbrush. I didn't have any of that, let alone a change of clothes. And you immediately, our flight is canceled. I'm just like, dude, we're so fucked. This fucking sucks. I'm so disappointed. And you're just like, let's make the best of it. Let's go. Let's have a day in Dallas. And da-da-da-da. I'm like, motherfucker, you know me. I won't even go down to the fucking lobby and get a cup of coffee until I've showered and brushed my teeth at least. And now you want me to run around Dallas for the next 36 hours in the same clothes with the same makeup on, the same deodorant. It's disgusting.
I think the difference is that you felt sweaty because you were stressed out by the plane being delayed and being stuck in an airport for 6 hours. But I thought it was the greatest day ever. I was just walking around. I'm like, look, they got a Panera. Hey, Panda Express. I've never been in this particular one. I just like walking around and looking at all the stuff. Happy as a clam, just walking along.
Yeah.
That seemed like my lack of stress and positivity over the situation only infuriated you further and further. What's up with that?
It's not like it infuriated me, but I think sometimes we're looking for people who are sharing in an experience with us on the same emotional level. And you were on a completely different emotional level than me. Because you were just, oh man, I've never gotten the chance to just walk through every terminal in the Dallas airport. This is amazing. Did you know McDonald's is the only fast food restaurant they have in all of the terminals? Who knew that? Like, no one. And no one should know that. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's get out of this airport.
No, I understand your frustration, but running around in a circle like a Tasmanian devil, losing your fucking mind, screaming at your phone about the next canceled flight or delayed flight, I'm like, it's not really solving any problems.
And yet 99% of the people in the airport were doing that.
I was not. I was just like, hey, look, they got kettle corn.
Actually, other people, I think, were getting equally as frustrated with you because other people were just running around. They're like, oh, when can we fly out? And, my flight was canceled and there's no plan. And I don't even know. Like, because we're just going home and we don't have like jobs to go to.
Yeah, we were tired. We don't give a shit.
But other people were, I had to be in Philadelphia tonight and, I'm screwed if I can't get to So
you're screwed.
Everyone was kind of, stressed out. And you're just in your loudest voice. You're just like, damn, this is good kettle corn. And man, I picked up a great book. I think I could sit here another 3 hours and just finish this book. It's so good.
I do have a solid book I'm reading right now.
But
Very
other
good.
people were looking at you like, who is this fucking guy?
And what is he on? And I'll take some. I wasn't on anything. I had a couple of Bacardi and rums on the Bacardi and rums. I had a little Bacardi and Diet Coke on the first plane from Pensacola, but
all the hotels around the airport were booked. So we're standing there. It's 12. It's midnight. Rain is pouring down. Every hotel that I try to map is like 30 minutes away. Flash flood warnings. Jesus Christ! I got to get in an Uber. Ubers in general scare the shit out of me. Ubers in Texas.
Some people come to Texas for Six Flags. Fuck Six Flags.
Just get an Uber.
All you need is an Uber in Texas or in the rain at night. Fucking harrowing.
Wasn't an Uber driver. So we come out. I've got my phone and I'm trying to figure out like where can we get an Uber? Can we even get an Uber? And we're standing there like dipshits in the middle of this crazy flash flood. And a man walks up to us. We don't even know what car he's attached to. He is just a man who walks up to us and he says, "Do you need a ride?" And we say, desperately. Which I think we were in like a price haggling situation, and you never want to start a price haggle.
What I said was,
desperately.
I will pay you any amount of money to get me out of this fucking airport right now to a hotel. He kept saying, I give you Uber price.
But I'm thinking like
that sounds reasonable.
He's
Uber
not
price.
Uber. He's not Lyft. He finally shows us to this car. I'm looking for anything on his car that says, I'm a professional driver for hire. I'm not a serial killer. I will take you where you think you're going to go.
Some people drive for Lyft and Uber. He drove for Venmo. Are you guys familiar with that driving service? Venmo is just a random dude who pulls you into his back seat and says, I get you to a hotel, I give you Uber price.
Because I started to get I've seen a lot of Criminal Minds episodes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I started to feel like a little sketchy. Like, he's going to just take us to the outskirts of Dallas and fucking kill us.
See, I knew he wasn't going to kill us. I'm like, in this weather, nobody wants to get wet. Even a fucking serial killer doesn't stand out in the rain and bury a body in this weather.
So I'm looking at the map and I say to him, it looks like it's going to be about a 30-minute drive. And I say 30. And then he says back to us, something, lost in translation, 40. And we both hear 40.
Well, with this weather, it might be 40.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe it'll be 40 minutes. But just get us in the fucking car. Let's get out of here.
Neither one of us knew what he said. We heard 40. God forbid. We would rather be taken to some far off place in the outskirts of Dallas and be murdered than and have someone think that we're racist. So even though we couldn't
Or cheap.
understand a word he said, neither one of us questioned him. We just nodded our heads and got in the back seat. And then we kind of whispered to each other, it probably will be more like 40 because of the weather. 30 minutes was not 40 minutes. It was actually like 22 minutes with a shitload of hydroplaning. Scariest fucking ride. You did say at some point, you leaned forward and you said, I appreciate you driving carefully to get us there safely.
That's just the most encouraging way I can be to say, sir, please slow the fuck down before you kill us.
And then I said, we're not in a hurry. And he did slow down a little bit.
So it worked.
I guess the subtle hinting wasn't lost in translation. But I still was not thinking $140. And then we pull up in front of our hotel. And I was just so happy to be alive. I was so terrified to die by the hands of a serial killer. Then I became terrified I was just going to die in a car accident. So I was so happy to be here.
He got us here.
Yeah.
Okay, 140. I'm like, fuck, it was 140. And I'm
Yeah.
like, this is not Uber price. This is an outrageous price.
And he said, and you can add whatever you feel is appropriate.
For a tip, of course, we're so cordial. We tipped him $10. So $150 to get from the airport.
Okay, but $10
to
isn't
downtown.
even 10% on 140.
Well, fuck him, dude.
Feel free to add whatever you think is appropriate. I'm like, can I feel free to subtract what I think is appropriate? Because you just scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, exactly.
So now we get to the Aloft Hotel.
Oh, the Aloft.
And it's just decorated in these like really loud, bright, like garish colors. And it looks like a warehouse. I think it was a warehouse that's been converted into a hotel. And I step one foot into it and I'm like, what fucking dystopian bullshit are we in right now? And you know, everybody has a beard. And you look at me and you're like, this is some fucking hipster place that you booked us in. And you're looking at the brick walls and you're like, I think this was a warehouse. Like, why are we here?
It's a hipster hotel for sure.
It's pouring down rain. Our flights are canceled because of the pouring down rain. We're hydroplaning because of the pouring down rain.
It's end of days.
And then I remember, oh shit, the reason why I wanted to stay at this hotel is because it has a
Rooftop bar.
Like,
Well, that'll be nice, honey. Maybe we'll go upstairs to the rooftop bar. Bring a
You want-
fucking umbrella.
and get hit by lightning.
Maybe have a guy with an old-timey mustache make me an old-fashioned up there in the fucking rain.
Anyways, I'm feeling the need for a whiskey drink made by a 27-year-old mustached apron wearing dude.
You're underselling it. I feel the need to have a 27-year-old mustache man judge me
Oh,
for
'cause
not
I-
ordering the correct whiskey.
Yes.
And make me feel like a fucking asshole if I go, actually, I'll just have tequila. He's like, we only serve whiskey here. I'm like, great, give me fucking Screwball. We don't do flavored whiskey. I'm like, did Hemingway write a goddamn book here? Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ, this whiskey shit. I'm so fucking over it, dude.
Well, I'm telling
This
you,
hipster shit has got to go.
Hemingway didn't write a book here because in Hemingway's time, this place was a fucking working industrial warehouse.
They slaughtered
or-
pigs in this motherfucker.
Exactly. And with that, I don't want a fucking whiskey drink. I want a slab of bacon.
Yeah, give me some bacon, motherfucker. So yeah, listen, appropriately, the story I have today for us, it kicks into all this stuff called Kreider Has Baggage, published July 15, 2014, Santa Maria Sun. A story about two things. One, about having lots of different sets of clothes because you're fat or you're skinny, which we are gaining weight at the fastest rate possible right now,
Yes.
which we need to stop doing. And also about using our luggage to store clothes in our house and the ridiculousness of that. We had a lot of storage issues, and you found a really pragmatic solution by saying, look, I'm just going to put these clothes in this luggage and stash it away in the house somewhere or the garage or whatever. And then ultimately I would find that luggage and be like, oh shit, a treasure trove of clothing.
You're putting a lot of blame on me, and I just want to say each one of us should be responsible for our own selves. The clothes in the luggage for me wasn't necessarily clothes I could fit or wear at that time. That wouldn't make sense. So I started storing clothes I couldn't fit anymore in luggage and kind of tossing it in the back of a closet or under the bed as temporary storage for when I could fit it again. It wouldn't make sense to put the clothes I was wearing every day in the suitcase under the bed. I just wanted to make room in the closet for my everyday wear. You kind of laid out in that story an organizational nightmare, and it wasn't very strategic and it didn't make any sense. And I'm like, that's on you. I don't know what you were doing. But I strategically took clothes I didn't fit out of the closet, didn't want to throw them away, stashed it in a suitcase. Otherwise, the suitcases just sit there and take up precious storage space empty. It doesn't make sense.
Sure, you're right. It's an empty hole.
Yeah, stored clothes in there that I might wear again in the future and put my everyday wear in the closet. So when you're standing in the closet and you're like, have you seen mine? I'm like, each man for himself, dude. Like, we're all responsible for ourselves. Figure your shit out. I got my own problems over here.
But I think that you were handling me as a spouse. You were like, I don't want to see him wear this fucking Lollapalooza t-shirt from 1991 ever again. So you just shoved it in a fucking suitcase and shoved it under a bed so you wouldn't have to see me wear it over and over and over and over and over again. So well played on your part. But then one day I'd find like this awesome time capsule. I'm like, oh my God, my Lollapalooza t-shirt. I thought I lost it. This is so exciting. Like, please don't wear it.
I like that you're crediting me with this manipulation, but no. Clothes in our house, it's always been desperate. It's always been what the fuck fits. Like, if you think that I had time in the midst of my own diet and body crises to start fucking around with your wardrobe, like, that is credit I don't deserve. Like I said, I had my own fucking shit go on. I mean, this trip is a perfect example. I packed clothes on Monday that 4 days into the trip on Friday after New Orleans food, I literally couldn't fit. So when I'm dealing with a 4-day swing in what I can and cannot fit, I do not have time to fuck around with your Lollapalooza.
That's why I was keeping it positive. When we lost our luggage, we were in Dallas. I'm like, fuck it. We got too fat in New Orleans. We got to go to Walmart anyways, buy clothes that fit. So we'll just go buy some shit. And we decided, hey, we're in town and tonight is a Dallas Stars hockey game playing the Toronto Maple Leafs. So we're like, fuck it. Went to Walmart. We were both rocking the Dallas Stars green and black. And we're going to represent Dallas tonight and rock and roll for the team.
Okay, so Walmart. Did you stay at Walmart or did you go somewhere else?
I was in Walmart the whole time.
You pulled off some kind of miracle that I should have seen coming. Only you can pull off. Like, you've always been a kind of a highbrow, like name brand guy, which is the yin my yang because I will go for the no name generic brand every single time. And so we got back to the hotel and you're trying on your new Walmart underwear and they're polo.
By Ralph Lauren. I've also got Reebok sweatpants.
I know. So you try on your polo by Ralph Lauren underwear and I'm looking at you like, where the fuck how did you get designer
Those are
brands?
locked up. I had to get the lady in the special cart who works there.
But Walmart doesn't
Unlock 'em.
carry polo by Ralph Lauren.
They do in the men's section.
And then you put your sweats on to wear to the hockey game and they're Reebok. Since when does Walmart carry, designer athletic wear, Reebok? Like, I don't know how you did it. I've been to Walmart a million times and I've never seen polo by Ralph Lauren or Reebok.
I bought those for you. Those are my sexy, kind of lingerie underwear for you.
If anybody could find
The most expensive
the
thing.
most expensive shit to buy in Walmart, it's you.
I always do that. That's my special gift. I can find the most expensive gas in any town in America, and I will buy it. I will be like, oh, motorhome's out of gas. Oh, here's Chevron. $7 a gallon. Let's do it.
You also said, oh, look at this. Look at this Dallas Star sweatshirt I found. It's and you're like, I really like it. And I was like, yeah, no, that's really good looking. I like that too. And then you said, it's only $40. Isn't that a bargain? And I was like, yeah, $40 for a sweatshirt you're going to wear for, I don't know, a 40-minute hockey game. Yeah, that's a it's $1 a minute. Good job.
No, when we go to the game tonight and you see how much the hockey sweatshirts cost there, they'll be $140. I saved $100
okay.
by buying it at Walmart.
But just to be clear, you're not going to ever wear that sweatshirt again, right?
Who knows, man? We might be here for another home game. Every time I fly now and I have a stop through Dallas-Fort Worth, I'll pack the sweatshirt knowing like we might lose our luggage again.
You're not going to. The last Raiders game that we went to, we actually flew to Las Vegas for a Raiders game. We had tickets. We knew we were there for a Raiders game. And I said to you, do you have your Raiders jersey? And you said, oh shit, I forgot it. And I said, no worries. Did you just bring any of the 17 Raiders t-shirts that you have or the Raiders sweatshirt that you have? Because we're Raiders, man. Your Raiders necklace, your Raiders beanie, any Raiders apparel will work.
I had 0 Raider accoutrements.
And you said, shit, I forgot we're going to a game. And I was like, you forgot we're going to a game when we flew to Vegas for the sole purpose of going to the Raiders game?
I was just going to Vegas, man.
And now you tell me that you're going to pack your Dallas Stars sweatshirt every time we have a layover in Dallas. I call bullshit.
Well, that'll be correct. I can't even think about what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm not a very forward-thinking person. I just enjoy the moment.
Oh, also, you don't even know when we have a layover in Dallas.
I don't get mired with these little details. These seem stressful. You seem like you're just super stressed out with all these plans and details and flights and tickets into the game and shit. I'm just like, whatever, dude. Let's just go buy a new t-shirt. What town are we in?
Yeah, no, usually you wake up on, a Tuesday and I say, hey, today's the day we're going on a trip. And you go, what? Where are we going? How are we getting there? We're flying. I could barely even get you to latch onto the detail that we're actually flying. If you were to actually think about what airline or what time we leave or where our layover is, I would know that an alien has taken over your body. I would be like, where's my husband?
For sure, for sure.
So that's how I know you're never going to wear the sweatshirt again. You're not going to pack it for every Dallas layover. But this is cute. That's a cute plan.
Well, I want you to think that personally, I'll recycle this again, but you know better.
So I have graduated from storing shit we don't don't wear in suitcases. And I discovered a little thing called eBay. I've got like a little eBay side hustle going on.
Oh, do you now?
Oh, yeah. So that $40 Dallas Stars sweatshirt will probably get me, I don't know, $15 on eBay. It'll cost me $14 in shipping and handling. So I'll net about $1 on eBay.
Solid.
Yeah, but it'll be out of our house.
It's a win.
Well, I'm not going to take it to like the Fresno Goodwill because who in Fresno wants a Dallas Stars hockey sweatshirt? I'm going to sell it on eBay to someone in Dallas who actually wants a Dallas Stars hockey sweatshirt.
I think if you know anything about hockey, which we don't know very much of, other than we were at the Stanley Cup when Vegas won last year, our first hockey game
ever.
Game fucking 5 and they won it. We are the worst fans. The best fans. We were there. We had a good time. I don't think the Dallas Stars are like a real powerhouse in the hockey world.
Well, what I find sad and confusing is we're at the Walmart. First off, the most amazing thing about Dallas Walmarts, and this is the second Dallas Walmart that I've been in, not this trip, but previous trips. They have an entire section just devoted to their sports teams. I've never seen anything like it. I've been in other Walmarts, other towns, haven't seen that. They have an entire section that's just Cowboys, Rangers, Mavericks, Stars. The entire section is blue. Dallas Cowboys, blue. Texas Rangers, blue. And then it's this ugly green, like Hulk green, one rack in the middle of all this blue. I really thought an employee fucked up. Who put this green rack in the middle of all this blue?
Like it's nowhere near St. Patrick's Day right now.
Yeah. And then it's just the Dallas Stars. So, I mean, I don't know because I don't really know Dallas. I don't know Dallas culture. But just from the Walmart and the colors, I feel like the hockey team is like the redheaded stepchild of all Dallas pro
Well, we
sports.
saw tickets were $20 for the 300 section.
That's
$20.
true. And actually, our Uber driver who took us to Walmart, we were like, yeah, no, we're sticking around to see the Stars play. And he's just like, what?
What?
Who?
On Thursday night? No. See, the Dallas Cowboys play Sunday.
Yeah, he's like, the Stars play? Is it like some kind of like celebrity event tonight? Like in anticipation
Is that
of
the WNBA basketball team? The Dallas Stars. That sounds pretty appropriate. We'll find out tonight. So listen, we're super excited about it. We do love Dallas. Dallas is an awesome city to come to. I have a bunch of things that I want to drag you to between now and the game as we pub crawl through downtown Dallas to get to the game. But I think you're going to veto almost all of the dumb things I want to do. Because I don't understand how time works. So I'm like, I have 7 things. One is the Museum of Illusions.
Okay, not only do you not know how time works, but you also don't know how counting works because you're waving at me 4 fingers. You're waving 4 fingers at me and you're telling me we have 7 things to do.
Well, I know you're going to veto 3 of them. I want to take us to the Museum of Illusion and up the big ball. You'd oversee the whole city. I also like to go to the Dallas Museum of Art, the DMA, which is free. However, I think what I'm going to see is probably sidewalks, bars, a place to eat nachos, and then American Airlines Stadium. Ironically, the same fucking airline that fucking abandoned us in this fucking city. Like, hey, now that we fucking dropped your ass off in Dallas, go spend more money at our stadium.
Exactly. It wasn't lost on me that I'm like, we're seeing the game in what stadium? Like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
American Airlines Stadium.
The stadium is called the American Airlines
American
Stadium.
Airlines, who left us here.
It's not their fault. Weather is weather. So you're reading a book written by a woman.
It's called The Husbands.
The main character, or the narrator of the book. And I don't know because I haven't read it, but you've been sharing it with me. She hates her husband and she hates everything that he does. And what are the things that she
doesn't hate her husband. She loves her husband very much.
He bugs the shit out of her.
He's just a husband, and husbands are annoying.
Okay, so one of the things that annoyed her was that she plans the vacations.
She's the planner and he's the relaxer.
Yeah. So you have decided. You woke up this morning. And I do love that you'll read even a fiction book, even a book you buy in an airport. You'll read and you'll glean something from it and you'll reflect on your own behavior. I love that about you.
Yeah, I want to be better.
Exactly. That you're just a lifelong learner. You're always, trying to figure out how to be better. So I do love that. But you just woke up on the wrong morning where you're just like, hey, honey, you plan all of our vacations and I just love it. And I'm the relaxer and I want to give you a treat and I want to plan this one. And I'm like, first of all, this isn't a vacation. This is an emergency layover.
Yeah, we're abandoned here.
We're abandoned here. We have no luggage. We have nothing. And you're just like, I've planned all of these things. I mean, we've got this whole Walmart outfit now, but this morning we didn't have that and you planned on taking us to the hockey game and I was wearing a tank top and shorts.
Dirty airport shorts.
You're like, come on, we can go to the hockey game. No one will notice. I'm like, this isn't about how I look. This is about how cold I'll be. Don't you remember when we saw hockey in Las Vegas?
Sitting in front of a 100-yard piece of ice?
Yeah, we had beanies, we had sweatshirts, we had jeans, and I needed every single piece of clothing that I had to stay warm. And you were like, what? I don't remember being cold like that. I'm like, you weren't, because I planned for it.
And what was I wearing? A fucking Golden Knights jersey, which I bought that day.
But thick.
For a special price.
And warm. So I see what you're doing where you're trying to take over the planning, but you're just forgetting who you're married to. There's nothing relaxing. If I'm going to be the relaxer, there's nothing relaxing about being dragged to 7 different tourist spots wearing my airport clothes with gross teeth because I don't have a toothbrush and no deodorant. And
They have a Yalmof in here.
you're not even listening. You're giving us an 8th thing to go to.
I went ahead and said we're not going to do that.
I do like meow wolves.
Oh, you want to go then?
What I'm learning is that this is a city we need to come back to.
Well, chances are we'll be stuck here again.
We need to spend 4 or 5 days at.
Yeah, it's a good city. Unless you're the president in the 60s and you're kind of cruising through in a convertible
Oh, Jesus.
Lincoln.
That's dark.
Not a good place to come.
Yeah,
Blow your fucking head off here.
that's dark.
So listen, if you're in Dallas, everybody, duck.
Oh, my God. All right, let's do it.
All right, listen, I know we're abandoned here. I know you're not happy about it, but you look super sexy in your Walmart outfit and your Walmart makeup, and we're going to have Dallas at large, go Stars, and we'll raise a glass. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hold on, everybody. It's not last call yet. We have another story on this episode. Excuse me, ma'am. Can I get another round?
Hey friends, I wanted to take the time to thank each and every one of you for listening to our stupid little drunk show, especially those who were kind enough to go on Venmo and throw a couple bucks our way to buy us a round of drinks at Stories and Cocktails. And if you want to help out the show, subscribe, like, and comment on whatever streaming platform you use, or all of them. Jesus, I sound like a 12-year-old YouTuber. And if you do buy us a round of cocktails, I promise we will put those drinks to good use and give you a shout out on a future episode. All right, thanks folks, and let's get back to the shit show.
Okay, folks, we have 1 drink down the gullet, which means we need to get our next one on deck. Time to enjoy the second story. Bartender!
This article is called My Summer Rental by Rob Kreider. Hey, that's me. Vacation is supposed to be for fun and relaxation. Back in the day when I was a carefree kid, vacations were fun. The toughest decision I had to make at 10 years old was which roller coaster I should sprint to next. Now that I'm a parent, vacations are less relaxing and are more like a lot of work, the very thing I was trying to take a vacation from. As an adult, I have to make reservations, buy tickets, get directions, make sure everyone has sunscreen, pay for parking, check for any possible validation, and locate a restaurant where everyone in the family likes the food, if such a place exists on planet Earth. Face it, for mom and dad, vacations aren't relaxing at all. Vacation with my family means trying to fit 2 metric tons of luggage into the trunk of my car. Then I drag that luggage through the hotel parking lot, up some stairs, only to drag it back down the stairs the next morning. It never fails that the same luggage that came out of the trunk of my car the night before suddenly won't fit the next morning. It's not like the trunk of the car shrunk overnight. It means that my wife is loading up the luggage with overpriced, cheesy vacation trinkets. Apparently, you can never have too many pot holders that say, "I got crabs at Joe's Crab Shack." All that extra luggage weight isn't exactly good for gas mileage. Gas prices are approaching levels so ludicrous that even environmentalists are considering drilling through a family of baby seals living in the middle of a rainforest just to lower the price of fuel they put inside their hybrids, which still uses gas, people. I think it might be cheaper to leave the luggage at home, travel light, and buy what you need when you reach your destination. That's how I roll. When I go on vacation, I'm a minimalist. I pack a couple of t-shirts, and when I say a couple, that is counting the one I'm currently wearing while packing. I will wear 1 pair of cargo shorts and the same flip-flops for a week. For good measure, I might bring some extra underwear. Every time I pack, my wife asks, "Please, I'm begging you, take some more underwear." I'll also grab a toothbrush. I'll just bum toothpaste from my wife, who brings an entire drugstore inside her bag. I pack so little, I can forego the luggage. I'll just stick the t-shirt, underwear, and toothbrush in the pockets of my cargo shorts, and I'm ready to vacate. My wife, whom I love, she packs quite differently. In fact, I'm not even sure you can call it packing for vacation. It's more like moving. She takes everything from our house and brings it along with us. Quote, just in case. After I spend half a day stuffing all of her belongings into the car, right before we back out of the driveway, my wife has to say, "Oh, I hope I didn't forget anything." How could you, I'll ask? You packed everything. What did you forget? The light switch covers? Do you want to go back in the house and grab the garbage disposal? Ironically, no matter how much we empty out the house, or how many 50-pound bags of her luggage I tie to the roof of the car, she always ends up in some sort of panic inside a hotel bathroom. The last vacation we went on, she forgot, of all things, her hairdryer. She wigged out. It was such a gigantic crisis. I thought notification should have probably been made to the Department of Homeland Security. And if gas prices and massive luggage don't get me down, The hotels are working hard to make sure I'm as unrelaxed as possible while I'm on vacation. Recently, I checked into a hotel and requested a non-smoking room. I was told they could accommodate me without any problem since my room was designated as smoking optional. That translates into this ridiculous meaning. If I choose not to smoke, then the room is non-smoking. If I opt to smoke, that makes it a smoking room, which based on the smell, is exactly what every previous tenant did before my family and I occupied the 300 square foot ashtray ourselves. And if that didn't win me over, the hotel put a $500 hold on my credit card just in case I was going to order 100 pay-per-view movies, make 20 long-distance phone calls to China, and order room service 8 times in one night. This doesn't seem like such a big deal, since I didn't watch Superbad, call Beijing, or gorge on cold room service chicken strips. But regardless of my actions, and even though I checked out of my room and paid cash for my hotel bill, the hold on my credit card remained for a week. Yes, coincidentally, that was the same week I was on vacation and could have used an extra $500 just to fill up the car with gas. The next time I go to a hotel on vacation, so I'm not disappointed, I'm just going to ask for this specifically. Hello, could I request a smoking room right next to the ice machine, directly below the family of kangaroos who will check in at 2 a.m., then jump up and down on the ceiling for an hour? Also, I would like to request that housekeeping ignore the sign on my doorknob and walk into my room at 7 a.m. when I'm standing naked in the bathroom. And please, don't forget to lock up my credit card so I can't use it again for a month. Oh, and by the way, my wife will need you guys to run a hairdryer up to our room. She left hers as the sole remaining item in our completely empty house. By the way, I wanted a vacation from my vacation, so I locked myself inside a motel bathroom.
Okay, patrons, you've been to this bar before. You know it's cocktail hour again. Are we doing shots or what?
I'm going to start over because the dog is jumping around and licking me and shit. Lay down.
You can't even hear that.
I could hear it.
All right, start it.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Stories and Cocktails, coming to you live and on tape from...
Oh, I know. You can hear the dog. So listen, everyone. You can hear the dog in the background. We brought the dog camping with us. I wish you could see Rob's face. He's so worried about that background noise being a distraction that, like, if you're listening to this in your car, you might crash your car because you're so irate that there is one dog's nail clicking on one piece of linoleum.
I'm just trying to do good production value. I'm going to have this dog fucking euthanized.
Now people are crashing their cars because that's a horrible thing to say. Horrible.
It's a rescue dog. I mean, he was going to be euthanized anyway. I
Oh,
rescued him.
He's laying. Don't look at him. Don't look at him. He's laying down now, though.
Hold on, we're going to start over.
Why?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Stories and Cocktails podcast.
Why are you laughing?
You're doing wonky eyes at me.
Yeah,
You're
because
making me laugh.
this is the third redo. Hey, everyone. Take 3. Welcome to Stories and Podcast. Do not start it over. Do not.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Stories and Cocktails, coming to you from the RV Tiki.
In Napa, California.
Where the weather is shitty.
Yeah, it is raining.
We are going to talk to you about a story today called My Summer Rental, published in the Santa Maria Sun, July 23rd, 2008. I am drinking a wonderful, perfectly rainy day drink, thanks to you. Would you like to tell listeners what you made me, Mrs. Kreider?
Hot cocoa, sugar-free.
Yep.
And then I put in some Emmett's, and then just a splash of sugar-free vanilla creamer.
I went with the Emmett's because it was cheaper
I did.
than Bailey's, but we're finding out today
We like
it's
it better.
actually better.
So I would like to take this time, if you'll allow me.
Yes.
I want to publicly...
I'll allow you to be loquacious.
I would like to publicly apologize to my father. For years, he has told me that Emmett's is better. He likes Emmett's. Oh, I like Emmett's. But I always just thought he was a cheap motherfucker. So every Christmas, I get him Bailey's. I roll in.
You're like, we're going to get the top shelf shit
Yeah,
for you.
like, hey,
Bailey's,
Dad.
$26.
You are
Merry Christmas, Dad.
You're such a good dad. You deserve this. And I just want to show you that we've made it in life. Like, we can spring for the Baileys. We'll get you what you really want, but you're too humble to say you want it.
Right.
You know, trying to pretend like you like Emmett's better all these years.
Yeah, we always know. That's shitty because it's cheaper.
One year I found a low sugar Baileys. And, you know, he's a 70-year-old man that put on some pounds since he retired, and he could use a little less sugar in his diet.
I think it's nice that you said your dad put on some pounds. We call it fat.
He put on all the pounds. Yeah. Okay. So he went from a very active man in his job to a very inactive man in retirement. Anyway, so for Christmas, I got him the usual Baileys like I normally do with all of the arrogance of, Dad,
You
you're
deserve
worth
the
it.
best.
You deserve the best. But this time I got him the 40%.
We went all
less
out for you.
Sugar.
Thank you for raising me. Here's $26 for Christmas.
I always thought each year he was rude when he told me he liked Emmett's better. When I tried to give him the sugar-free or the lower sugar version of Bailey's, oh my God, he like spit it out, told me like it was so disgusting. I'm like, no, Dad, I care about you. That's why I spend the more money and I get the less sugar.
I mean, it beats diabetes.
It does. All that aside, though, years and years and years of gifting the man with Bailey's and condescension. I got the Emmett's today. Because we stopped at the shithole grocery store that is in the middle of nowhere, so they charge 3 times more. I'm just like, dude, it's already a punishment that people have to live here, and now they have to pay 3 times more for the groceries.
Yes.
And Bailey's was like $44.99 or something ridiculous like that, and Emmett's was like $19.99. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you, hole in the wall grocery store. I'm buying the Emmett's. And lo and behold, we like it better.
Yeah, I mean, the sugar-free hot chocolate Emmett's, it's delicious. I'm loving it.
Emmett's is like, it's better
Especially
than
for a
Bailey's.
rainy day in the RV. It's the perfect thing. Now, what are you drinking?
I'm so fucking predictable. I'm drinking a Mimosa. And the same thing every single time.
You put Malibu and Captain Morgan's in that one, though, right?
Yeah, that's what a Mimosa is. It's Malibu, Captain, orange juice, and then I cut the orange juice with water because I don't like so much orange juice. I don't like it so sweet. Now, enough about drinks. But Emmett's
Now to the stories.
is the superior Irish liqueur.
Now, you said you had a lot to comment on this particular story when it was read out loud today. You said that there's a lot of bullshit in the story. You were not happy. You were like actually talking shit during the read.
I was. Okay. So first I want to say this is a very, very, very funny story. You have a lot of funny like little one-liners in there, the fucking baby seals and the hybrid. You've got funny shit in there. But every story that we read, doesn't matter how old it is. I mean, we read a story the other night that was 17 years old. Every story that we read, I remember the event that made you write it. So when we read the story, I'm just like, oh my God, I fucking remember that.
Yeah.
This was the most generic story you ever fucking read. I don't remember what hotel you're talking about. I don't remember. Like, this was just like, oh shit, I got a deadline coming. I got to write a story. And so you did pull out something funny. But I know personally that it was very, very, very generic. It wasn't tied to any one event or like so many of your stories are tied to one day, like this one time.
This thing happened and I'll write about it.
This was just an overview of like every time we went on vacation. So it was funny.
True.
I'm reading it and oh, ha, 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 that's funny. But I don't have that same, oh my God. And then, that guy named Jason and he checked us in and there were, and he was wearing crooked glasses and there was the family of kangaroos about, like, it's not that specific.
Right.
Also, there's so much bullshit in there.
Oh, jeez.
So much bullshit. Dude, okay, so yes, I packed the house, but I never pack a hairdryer because every hotel room has a hairdryer. So I don't understand how I missed that in the editing. Like I would have said, like, say I forgot my hairbrush or say I forgot my hairspray. But like every hotel room on the planet has a hairdryer.
Except for this particular one because this happened.
But I wouldn't have forgotten my hairdryer. I never take my hairdryer.
So you're
and
saying
this
that
didn't
two,
happen.
you're saying 2 things never happen. 1, you never forget your hairdryer, and 2, every hotel has a hairdryer, so this could never happen.
Yeah, I never forget my hairdryer because I never take my hairdryer because the hotel has a hairdryer.
What if this one particular hotel did not?
But then it wouldn't have been, I forgot my hairdryer. It would have been, what piece of shit roadside hostel are we staying in that they don't have?
Well, obviously that happened one
A
time
blow dryer.
where they didn't have a blow dryer.
No,
and you
it
lost
didn't
your
happen.
mind.
This is a bullshit story where you just compiled anecdotal things of every hotel we've ever stayed in. And then you just are like, what's something that my wife uses every day that she would forget? And you said hairdryer. Which, I mean, it's a shot in the dark that you picked the one thing that every hotel room has. Like,
So you don't remember this because you just live your life as a raving mother woman who's just yelling at people on the phone, like the front desk. You, when something like this happens and you didn't forget your hairdryer because you just didn't bring it because every hotel has one.
Wait.
When we go to a hotel that
Wait,
doesn't
wait,
have
wait.
one and you lose your mind, I remember that.
Let me just clear this up. Let me make sure that I'm understanding what you're saying. You're saying this isn't a generic anecdotal story.
Yes.
You're saying this
happened.
This happened. This
For
is
sure.
Okay. What vacation were we on? What hotel were we staying at? What city were we in? Give me more. I don't remember. So say, no, honey, remember it was that time we stayed at the bed and breakfast and blah, 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 blah. If you tell me that this story isn't a generic anecdotal story, then ground it in reality for me.
All right.
Go.
It was May 22nd, 2006. The La Quinta in Akron, Ohio didn't have a hairdryer. You lost your mind and called the front desk.
Dude, we never even stayed in a La Quinta.
I'm totally making this up.
And we didn't stay in Akron in May. You fucked up, dude.
I was just bullshitting you.
It's bullshit. Just like the story.
No, but the thing is, I don't remember
what you're
those
saying
things.
right now?
I don't
is just
remember
like
the specific
story.
details, like what hotel, what city, what date it was. All I know is that my wife loses her fucking mind and I'm the person who's going to be the problem solver. So I'm like, okay, I got to get this figured out.
Let's talk about you being the problem solver. Let's talk about the other generic anecdotes in this story. Your first paragraph, it was funny. It was generally funny to most people. It was like a general experience that most of us have. Now, I keep saying most of us because it is not an experience you have. What do you say? Oh my God, as the parent, I have to make the reservations. I have to do this. I have to do that. I can't even remember what it said. It listed everything I do. You know what you do? You get in the car and you look at me and you say, where are we going again?
Could you nav us there?
And then I say, no, don't you remember this weekend we're going to Santa Cruz? And you go, oh yeah, that sounds like fun. Oh, did you book us at that hotel you always book us at that I like so much? Yeah, you don't know the name of it, but yes, I could read your fucking mind. I booked us at that hotel that you like so much, blah, blah, blah. And then you say to me, we're only staying for 3 days. Why'd you pack so much fucking stuff? And then I don't say out loud because I don't want to fight with you on vacation. In the back of my mind, I say, because I have 4 of your fucking t-shirts in my luggage, 4 of your pairs of fucking underwear. Because all you have is the shorts you're fucking wearing, the underwear you're wearing that are probably 2 days old already, plus a toothbrush in your fucking pocket. Like, no, I pack for me, for the kids, and
this
for
is
you.
why I'm saying the story is not bullshit, because I do go on vacation with a pair of flip-flops, a pair of cargo shorts.
That was the only truth in that whole story.
I will rock that shit for a week.
The rest of that story, I mean, like that first paragraph, I thought I wrote it because those are all my jobs. Parking validation. Like, you've ever cared about parking validation in your fucking life? We're in a restaurant and I'm like, do you validate? And you hide under the table as if I just pulled out a welfare card and asked them if they take EBT. Seriously. You die of embarrassment. Now, granted, you do have a job. You drive.
Yes, I'm the director of transportation.
You remember
for
where
our
we
family.
parked.
Yep.
You carry the keys in your pocket.
My cargo shorts.
And I hope you don't put your keys in the toothbrush pocket because keys are dirty. They go everywhere. You know what I mean? But that's it. And yeah, I pack a lot of fucking shit. At that time in 2008, I was packing for a 9-year-old, an 11-year-old, a 35-year-old, you, and a 33-year-old me.
So just so I know this to be true, you're saying that when we go on vacation, you would watch me pack nothing. And then when I wasn't paying attention, you would just throw in some whitey tighties, some more shirts, some socks. And then you would just like sort of like make them appear during their vacation. And I beg for me, like, please put these on.
Yeah.
That rings a bell. It seems like I always had like fresh stuff to wear. I don't even remember bringing it. It was like magic.
Yeah, no,
Magic was happening.
I always...
I'm like, this fucking bag is like Mary Poppins bag. It's like shit in it forever.
I always bring more. Now, one time I didn't. Actually, 2 times I didn't. 2 times I didn't pack extra for you. Now this isn't bullshit anecdotal stories. I can remember. Actually, I have pictures. I fucking took
You
pictures.
took pictures of my dirty underwear?
No, I took pictures of my underwear coming out of the back of your pants because you ran out of underwear.
You made me wear your underwear.
Yeah, you got to wear clean underwear.
I forgot about that. They were so smooth.
And then the other time we just bought you a t-shirt, like the most generic, I'm on vacation, I didn't pack enough shirts, like t-shirt. And,
Newport Beach, California.
yeah.
I think I have that shirt.
And I took pictures of that too because I knew I knew that embarrassed you to like be the guy.
Well, I got my own brand. You know
I
what I
know,
mean? I don't
know.
want to wear anybody else's shit.
And I made you wear the souvenir t-shirt while you were still on the vacation. You probably would have been more comfortable in an old guy's rule t-shirt.
I'm not doing that.
You know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
When I pack your extra t-shirts and underwear now, they're all going to be old guys rule t-shirts. So when you run out of clothes, which you will, and you go to that special Mary Poppins bag that just magically has extra clothes in it, you're like, how'd this get here? You're gonna go like, what the fuck is the old guys rule? What? It's already all laundered and clean and ready for me to put on. It's my size. Like, what the fuck? Where did this come from? So if you want to avoid that, start packing your own shit.
I've also noticed that when I get undressed, I will try to like kind of just like lay my dirties like available so the next day they're kind of ready to go. And you'll come by later and then throw them in the dirty laundry. You don't want me to wear them again.
Even when I'm on vacation. So again, this story about, I'm the adult on vacation, it's so much work. It's not work for you. It's work for me. Because I am running around a hotel room or running around the motorhome trying to hide your own fucking dirty clothes from you so that you won't put them back on. Trying to take the belt out of the pants that you've already worn like for 4 days. The belt is like stuck in there because you've worn them for so long. I'm like, you're not wearing this pair of pants again. You're like, my belt's already in there.
I'm on vacation. I'm not going to thread a belt through a hole in their set of belt loops.
What do we do? I didn't go to work. I'm not dirty. You sat in 27 different roller coasters and 15 different modes of public transportation. Those fucking shorts.
All while eating ice cream.
Filth.
I just
Exactly.
spilled down my shirt and my
Exactly.
shorts. So what does, unbeknownst to the listeners, I have an ice cream addiction and I will just fucking eat ice cream all over myself.
You try to clean the ice cream spot off of your pants with like your napkin that was already soiled from your salad dressing. So it just resulted in a bigger oil stain. And it's like, did he piss? What did he do in those shorts?
Yeah,
like,
I've noticed that most of my cargo shorts have what looks like a piss stain stain in them, but it's not. It's ice cream. It's not piss. Or oil from like
Well, I was going to say,
salad.
or worse, is not oil from salad, but like oil from cars, grease from cars.
Yeah. Most of my cargo shorts are covered in motorsports grease and shit. Over the years, though, I tried to get better and like, I'd be like, this is for the race shop. This is for a race weekend. This is for vacationing with you. Because back in the day, I had one pair of fucking shorts I just wore forever. And then now I'm like, okay, I'll keep a nice set for you. I mean, I'm trying to learn.
Yeah.
I am not totally unable to be a better person.
No, you, okay.
A better husband, but it took me a while.
You're definitely progressing, but you.
Yes.
Okay, but you
I mean, it took
said
me what? We've been married 26 years. It took me a long time.
But you said it yourself. You're like, I have a nice set of shorts for you. Now, that would work if we were going on 1 day vacations, but we're going on a 6-day vacation and you have the one nice set of shorts for me. Like, you can't wear the same set of shorts for 6 days. You try to.
No, here's the thing. When you say you can't, I'm going to say, actually, I've done it.
Challenge
so
accepted.
it's totally doable.
Here's the thing. You get a new pair of shorts. I go order 3 more of the exact same pair. Then we go on vacation. While you're not looking, I take the one pair. I hide them in the dirty clothes.
You loop my belt for
I
me?
loop your belt back through into the new pair. Yeah, it's so much work. It is so much work. Just
So you're saying that when I'm like, these shorts look great, you're like, yeah, because you actually wore 3 pairs of shorts over 4
and then
days.
I'm doing all
You didn't
this.
actually wear 1 pair of shorts.
And then what do? You write some bullshit story about how I lost my mind.
In my defense, this did happen. You don't believe it did, but it did. And I was confused because I'm like, how the fuck do you not have a hairdryer when you have 6 bags? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's got to be a hairdryer
It's
in
not a hairdryer. I probably forgot something. So maybe I forgot deodorant. Maybe I forgot a hairbrush. Maybe I forgot my sweatshirt. But I've never forgotten my hairdryer because I never pack my hairdryer because hotels have them. And I'm just saying you got it wrong. I'm just saying you looked around at all the items that you see me use on a daily basis, 99 things that I pack. You randomly selected one. And of all of the 99 things that I use every single day, you just...
So why didn't you fix it in post?
That's what I said for like the very beginning of this podcast. I was like, I don't know how I missed this in editing.
Here's how I know why. This story reeks of last minute and didn't have anything to write about. Fucking wrote it. Then I give it to you and you're like, this isn't very funny. I'm like, I don't give a shit. They all can't be funny. Just fucking edit it really fast for commas.
I said.
And then we just published it.
Dude, we didn't even have to podcast all this because that is what I said from the very get-go. I said, this is a generic ass story. It seems like you were pushed for a deadline and you just fucking wrote something.
Yeah.
You wrote like an anecdotal story and you've been denying it this whole entire time. And now you're like, no, that's exactly what fucking happened. And it had funny things in it.
No, I'm saying you still had a hotel where there's no hairdryer. That happened.
No.
You don't recall it. But ultimately.
When was it then?
I don't know this shit. I'm not the almanac of fucking when you lost the shit.
I'm over here pulling things out of my ass. I'm like, dude, you remember you didn't pack enough of your underwear. You had to wear a pair of my underwear. And I'm like telling you.
But I just believe you. I'm not like asking you for what specific date it was.
You remember the Newport t-shirt. Like I'm pulling out specifics. You don't have anything specific because this just didn't happen.
No, I do have something specific. You acted crazy. And I was on the phone to the front desk.
That's any day that ends in Y, baby. You got to get more specific than that.
So we've talked about earlier on this different episodes about how we are on the phone with the hotel immediately. And
Okay, well, also...
our last trip to Vegas, we were on the phone every single night with the front desk.
Okay, I can't defend us now. Now we're just fucking assholes. But in 08, and I can't defend us in 08. I'm not going to defend it. I'm going to put it into context. We had a 9-year-old. We had an 11-year-old. You know, you had limited time off. We were so overextended. We couldn't afford
We have
anything.
no fucking money.
We were doing.
We're on vacation anyway.
Yeah. I mean, so I can't defend us.
Thank you, Chase credit card.
Because these were decisions that we made. But when you don't have 2 nickels to rub together and you've just charged 5 nickels to stay at this place or whatever, like anything that's not perfect, you're just like, what the fuck? Like, I can't afford this.
Well, they're like, hey, we're going to put a $500 in your credit card. I'm like, well, how are we going to eat? Because
Right.
I'm going to need that money.
Yes.
Well, we have scrapbooks full of memories and stories to talk about this. And let's raise a glass and cheers to one more vacation we couldn't afford that we survived. Cheers.
And that was Last Call. You did it. You survived an episode of Stories and Cocktails. But did Rob or Sarah's liver survive the show? I don't know. Tune into the next episode to find out, to enjoy some more stories and some more cocktails. By the way, if you want to support the debauchery of the show, then buy the host their next round by Venmoing a couple of gold doubloons at Stories and Cocktails. Back in the day, a gold doubloon was only 4 Spanish dollars. Who knew? Well, folks, I'll be right here behind the bar, cleaning the glassware and awaiting your return to the Stories and Cocktails podcast. Cheerio, friends.
If you enjoy hearing Rob Kreider's different humor columns here on the Stories and Cocktails podcast, then I promise you will love his novel, Cadet Blues. Cadet Blues is Rob's hilarious tell-all about desperately trying to survive the shock and awe boot camp-style training at the California Highway Patrol Academy. People from all different walks of life have come to love this book because Cadet Blues is simply a crazy good read. Heartfelt, inspiring, and damn funny. It's available in paperback through Amazon, eBay, or cadetblues.com, where you can get free shipping and a personalized autographed book. Or you can download a digital copy of Cadet Blues from Amazon Kindle, Barnes & Noble Nook, or Apple iBooks. Do yourself a favor and check out the novel, Cadet Blues.